lights are out, you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call me. Just call me. Just call me.
After an absolute slugfest last week at Dover, we come to the track too tough to tame, the lady in black herself, Darlington International, for round number 4 of the CleanRacing.net truck season. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight as I'm seeing a lot of throwback schemes. A lot of kind of retro-styled paint schemes on a lot of the trucks tonight as we will go through. Of course, you're seeing the 66 there of Dan Sykes, tribute to the old Western Auto cars that VW used to drive. A couple of names making their return to the series as well. Most notably going to be the 23 Home Depot of Joey Stiers tonight for taking last week off. Lynn Holsler rocking the Mark Martin throwback 61 tonight. Let's take a quick look at our weather conditions as we get ready to start qualifying here. 78-degree ambient air temperature, 104-degree track temperature currently. That's going to go down as we're under partly cloudy skies. Nothing really major to speak of in the booth as far as the wind goes. So let us see who's going to be the first one to roll it. Looks like Fred Garcia and Kevin Becker are going to be the first two to get them rolling. As Garcia eats the bowling backstretch wall. And another DW paint scheme for Becker. Garcia was rocking the old Harry Gant paint scheme. A lot of memories for those of you who've been long-time NASCAR fans. As we are just waiting for the first couple of stragglers to post a time. It looks like Becker going to be the first one to lay one down as he comes off of turn number 4 with a good head of steam. Keeps it off the wall, a little bit of a tail wiggle. Caleb Smith actually going to post the first time with a 29.61. Becker goes 29.6 dead. As times are coming in hot and heavy. Evan Kinney in the old Derek Cope tribute scheme. Not what I was expecting there. He goes quick time right now with a 29.46. Parsons out on track right now. As Caleb Smith goes second quick. Evan Kinney to the point. Jeremy Moore in the Godzilla, I think, at Jurassic Park. Looks like Jurassic Park. Jeff Gordon tribute scheme goes third quick. Last week's winner, Josh Lilly, of course, rocking the throwback Jimmy Johnson scheme there. Chris Smith rocking a 14 tonight. Kind of a nod to the old AJ Foyt style scheme. As we are just waiting, looks like Justin Carey out on track right now. Good head of steam for him. Hauls it off into turn number 3, kind of up on that wall. Now you got to remember that the track is shaped completely different in both ends of the track. 1 and 2 is actually kind of like a double apex corner, whereas 3 and 4 is just a single apex. So you see him go low, swing up high, and then drop down low to get a good straight exit off and try to lay the power down. Carey went 19th quick on his first lap. Let's see what lap number 2 is going to bring. And across the stripe. Jumps up to 10th quick. And as Joey Stiers on his first lap. Marking the old Tony Stewart paint scheme. Tony ran that back in 05. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's when the last time we saw that paint scheme on a Home Depot Chevy. Second lap for Stiers. Does improve, goes fourth quick. Is Carey in the 22, another Gordon Tribute scheme on a Toyota. As a matter of fact, I believe all the Gordon Tribute schemes are on Toyotas tonight. And this is going to be a throwaway lap as he eats the wall coming through 3 and 4. About 25 seconds left in qualifying. If you're not out on track already, the laps are not going to count. So Greg Bennett, Stephen Tuck, and Emily Urias all electing to not take time tonight. And if you need to do so, now would be a good time to use the little driver's room. And that is going to absolutely do it for qualifying there. So we can do this and bring up the starting grid as, there we go. Rhett Tucker setting quick time, 29.410. Edges out Jacob Grant by 13 thousandths of a second. Row number 2 is going to go to Evan Kinney and Joey Stiers. Row 3 brings us Nathan Brown and Jeremy Moore. Lane Hosler and Josh Lilly rolling off in row number 4. Row 5 goes to Caleb Smith and Hunter Parsons, with row 6 going to Justin Carey and Kevin Becker. Row number 7 sees Nathan Roge and Dan Sykes. Chris Emery and Austin Carey going to roll off in row number 8. Row 9 goes to Rye Lewis and Eric McMillan. Lance Taylor and Chris Smith rolling off in row number 10. Frederick Garcia and Stephen Tuck in row number 11. Row 12, and starting shotgun on the field, Greg Bennett and Emily Urias. So 24 trucks scheduled to roll off here tonight as we are just waiting for a couple of last-minute stragglers. And there is the your pole sitter, Rhett Tucker. Had a good, strong run at Dover last week. Unfortunately, got caught up in other people's dumpster fires, and that didn't work out too well for him. I'm just waiting on a couple of drivers here. Looks like Bennett and Stiers are the only two that we're waiting on right now. As here we go. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing the 20. Stiers and Bennett both electing to pit start. $120 laps of scheduled distance here tonight. 4 sets of tires to get it done with. 100% fuel fill on these trucks. I guarantee you they're going to be begging for tires before they're begging for fuel as the field works its way down the Boeing backstretch, which at one time used to be the front straightaway. Tucker going to have the Button Grant with him. Good sized field here tonight at Darlington. I expect some carnage. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen early. As the field works its way into the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left for me to say, folks, is it's time to wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, make some popcorn, because it's time to get it on with the lady in black. Race fans, it's showtime!
Green flag, green flag.
As the green flag comes out, Tucker pulls the trigger. Grant goes with him. A little bit of separation in that front part of the field, as Nate Brown did not get going. Nate's already dropped 2 down to 7th spot. As pretty single filed out. We got a little bit of action up towards the front as throw a blanket over your top 3 as they run stem to stern right now. Kinney all over Grant. Gets a little wiggle coming off of turn number 4. That's going to give Grant some breathing room. Grant now can really flirting with the wall already. You don't want that Darlington stripe this early. Back just outside the top 10. That is Dan Sykes in the 66 as he's trying to hold off Justin Carey. Sykes already up 4 from where he started. Good strong run going here in the early going as Justin Carey, he's got Austin Carey behind him as well. So Dan Sykes is trying to hold off both the Careys right now. Something happened with Lane Hosler. Let's go back and take a look at this one. Oh, yeah. That's definitely something happening. As keeps it down on the apron. Unfortunately, does spin it. Keeps it well out of the racing line. Gets it going back again as Stiers gets released from the pits. And we are back underway. Back live with you here. Up back towards the front of this piece. Kenny has reeled in Grant again all over his tailgate. They both have about a 2 truck length separation before they get to the leader, Rhett Tucker. Caleb Smith currently holding down the number 8 spot. You know, he'd like to gain some positions as he's all over Nate Brown right now. As Brown did not have the initial start that he was hoping for. He's already dropped 2. The guy in front of him, Hunter Parsons, is already up 4, as is Dan Sykes. Sykes still holding in the top 10 as Carey all over him right now as they haul it off into turn number 1. I really like that line that Sykes is running. Kind of an arcing action to the corner there. Really helps defend and block any possible attempt at an outside run. It's 21 to Carey, drops back just a tick. Let's go back to this battle with Brown and Smith. Brown in the 69, Smith in the 5. And the rest of the field more strung out than a methadone clinic, which is why we're watching these battles, what few battles we have. Carey gets a good run on Sykes going into 1, gonna send it. Sykes doing what he can to try to defend on the top side. Carey taking the short way around. Now Sykes is in a Carey sandwich, as well as having Nathan Rhodes right there as well. Rhodes not having the qualifying attempt he was hoping for. Trying to make some headway right now. Only running 13th. As Sykes tries to hold off Austin Carey now. Looking throughout the field, everything seems to have lightened up a little bit as far as pressure goes. Take a quick get back up at the front of this piece. Josh Lilly making some moves on Jeremy Moore right now, trying to make some headway. As your battle for 4th and 5th. Moore has 4th. Lilly wants it. We've already got 10 in the books. Hold still, damn it. So we're watching Fred Garcia right now as Joey Stiers, unfortunately, having major connection issues. It's like Emily Urias has decided to park it in pit lane. Greg Bennett did not make the start. As we're going to go back to this battle. Boy. What just happened there? Back that up just a tick. Sykes in the 66 bounces off the wall, and Austin Carey, nowhere to go, just finishes him off. That brings out our first caution here tonight. So, there is that. Sorry about that, folks. Working lap 13 of 120 here for round number 11 of the round number 4 of season 11 of CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Rhett Tucker, Jacob Grant, Evan Kinney, Josh Lilly, Caleb Smith, Kevin Becker, Austin Carey. As we do have some takers going on pit road, that's going to promote Nathan Roge up to 9th. And Chris Emery going to round out your top 10, as we do have some takers already begging for tires. Matter of fact, a lot of the field begging for tires right now. The 14 laps in to this one as of course. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just spilling water on my desk. But, yeah, Red Tucker showing the way, has been in command since the drop of the green. Your pole sitter, as Jacob Grant and Evan Kinney have both been right there with him. Going to be interesting to see what fresh tires are going to do tonight. Do want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat. Son of a bitch. Do want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat right now, as here we go again. Bear with me, folks. I'm just dealing with some issues. Okay. Couple more and we should be okay. As the lights do go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. As the field worked its way into the backstretch, going to be interesting to see what those new tires are going to do for the guys that actually were able to get them. As the field works its way out of the turn 4 complex, here we go, back to live. There's Rhett Tucker getting a great jump. Now your fresh set of tires are back in 15th with the 24, Jeremy Moore. As Lane Hosler trying to make some headway right now, as is Nate Brown. The 10 of Tuck did not take tires, and he's already been hemorrhaging spots. So let the games begin. As Josh Lilly under heavy pressure right now from Evan Kinney. Rhett Tucker with a little bit of connection flashes there. As there is the 85 of Kevin Becker and the 21 of Justin Carey. And they have the 91 of Nathan Rhodes with them. Two Toyotas and a Chevy doing the dance. I'm just trying to working lap 21 of 120. Tucker continues to show the way. Jacob Grant, Evan Kinney, Josh Lilly, Caleb Smith, Kevin Becker, Justin Carey, Nathan Roge, Austin Carey, and Rye Lewis rounding out your top 10. Right now, Nathan Roge all over the tailgate of the 21 of Justin Carey as they haul it into turn number 3 right now. Kind of surprising that we haven't seen a little more headway made with the guys that did take new tires. The 14 laps is 14 laps is 14 laps. But 14 laps is an eternity on tires here at the track Too Tough to Tame. Eric McMillan right now trying to make some headway in the 11. Here comes the 69 of Brown, too, is inside as they haul it off into turn number 1. Brown just going to send it. As McMillan's another one of the ones that did not take tires. There's Jeremy Moore in the 24, leading the charge of the fresh shoes. As he's closing in on the 20 of Rye Lewis. Rest of the field getting pretty strung out. Now Lewis, again, holding down the last spot in the top 10. As here comes Moore, making it look just that easy as Moore goes into the top 10. Question is, how long is he going to be able to move forward until those tires wear out? only one retirement to speak of tonight. It was Emily Arias. She decided to put it on the hauler after 6 laps. Greg Bennett did not start, which means that we had 23 trucks take to the green. 22 of them are still running on the lead lap. As battle for second place, hot and heavy. Jacob Grant has it. Evan Kinney wants it. Toyota and Toyota Crime. And there's a little bit of separation coming down the Boeing back straightaway. The 6 of Kinney just going to send it as he moves up into the number 2 spot and tries to reel in that Ford of Rhett Tucker. Josh Lilly, the only Chevy in the top 5 right now, currently holding down the number 4 spot. And of course the leader is Rhett Tucker driving an F-150. And you can see the separation between Kinney and Tucker as a good sized gap. And it looks like Grant got into the wall. That's going to send Lilly by him. Not what you're hoping for. As we got some side-by-side action here. As Jeremy Moore in the 24 just flashes by Justin Carey. So Moore already in the top 10 and wants more positions. Kevin Becker under heavy pressure right now from Nathan Rhodes. And Rhodes just sends it going into 1. They both have to be mindful of who's coming up on them like a freight train. And that, of course, is that Jurassic Park throwback on the 24. Becker just gets out of the way as Moore flashes by. Now again, Moore, the only one in the top 10 on fresh shoes. And just as I say that, Nate Brown jumps into the top 10 as he gets by Austin Carey and sets his sights on trying to reel in Justin Carey. That is your closest battle on track as well. Let me see if I can find anything outside the top 10 that's worth showing right now. Yeah, there we go. Ry Lewis making some work, putting in work on Austin Carey right now. And here comes the 50 of Chris Emery as well. The 61 of Lane Holzler does have, well, he took 2 anyways. He's trying to make some headway. With the 22 Austin Carey not having a good time of it right now. A little bit further behind them, there is 23 of Joey Stiers as he's working on the 66 of Sykes right now. Stiers took fuel only, whereas Sykes, a little bit of damage repair, and I believe took 4. And Stiers just sends it going into 3. Let's check back in with Lane Hosler in 61. As he's now trying to reel in Ry Lewis. As Lewis gets into the wall, that's going to hem him up just a little bit. Give Hosler a run on him going into turn number 1. Killed all that momentum that he had. Lewis going to drop back as Hosler now flirting with the top 10. And a little bit behind them is this 3-way tango going on between Tucker, Sykes, and McMillan. seem to have gotten that sorted out. Caleb Smith now falls into the clutches of Nate Brown. Brown on the pressure shoes. The 45 of Grant eats the wall again. Here comes Brown looking for a twofer. Gonna get it coming off a 4. Nate Brown up in the number 6 spot. Is Caleb Smith looking on Grant right now. Grant has some heavy damage on that right side. Gonna have to get it sorted out quick because here comes Becker as well. Becker's gonna give him a little bit of a shove coming off a 2. And that's gonna stack the 20 or the 45 of Grant up even more. Ry Lewis and Chris Emery were going at it for a second there. Emery just pulls away from him though. Jacob Grant now having to deal with the 21 of Justin Carey. And Lane Holzler right there as well. Here comes Carey to the inside, a little Toyota and Toyota Crime. To his credit, Grant defending quite well in that second lane. He's going to have to be careful because he might get loose to here. He's trying for 8th. Looks like he's going to drop out of the top 10. As Holzler was able to get there with Grant. And Carey's going to have to rack it, stack it, and try it again. And here we go. Battle for 3rd. 4th. Moore and Roge going after it. Moore on the fresh tires. Roge on the older tires. But by now, those tires are pretty much equalized. Tucker, Kinney, Lilly, Moore, Roge, Brown, Smith, Becker, Grant, and Holzler. Rounding out your top 10 right now. As we are at the 1/3 mark, we are going to step away and pay a couple of bills. We'll be back after these words.
Drivers that took time, all of them within 3.5 tenths of each other tonight is going to be a very closely competitive race.
As the field works its way out of the 3-4 complex, the only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, because race fans, it's showtime!
Amazing looking cars already. Green flag will fly.
Oh, they're wrecking! Well, one thing that you're going to see at this track that we haven't seen the last few weeks is a surface that's multi-group. I think this is the first multi-group surface we're going to have.
After an amazing race at Daytona, we now come to the left coast and Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California for the second round of the Way She Goes Racing League Cup Series. And we are back at Darlington. We went side by side there. You saw a couple of passes being made. And now Steyer's working on the inside of Emery, getting by him. Right in front of them, that's Hosler and the 5 of Caleb Smith. Kind of makes you wonder right now who's going to be the first one to blink of those who haven't come down to get tires and fuel already. As of those who have taken tires and fuel, Jeremy Moore showing the way, currently sitting in the number 5 position, and it has his sights set on trying to reel in the 91 of Nathan Roge. He has Nate Brown for company there in the 69. Brown would love to get into the top 5 as they're both just reeling in Roge ever so slightly. As in front of them, everybody pretty strung out. There's your leader, Rhett Tucker. Come down the Boeing back straightaway. Evan Kinney about half a straightaway back from him. Josh Lilly, I dare say it's about 8-9 trunk lengths. And then you're almost 4 full seconds back to this little group back here. It's Nathan Roge as he comes up on a two lap trucks. That is 29 of Lance Taylor. As Taylor not making it easy as here comes the 24. Holding up the lead lap trucks. Oy vey. ZFG is what we're seeing here tonight. Again, that's the 29 of J. Lance Taylor. Not playing nice with the guys that are trying to lap him. And kind of stacked up Moore and Brown ever so slightly. Josh Lilly and Evan Kinney were getting a little bit close there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh boy. Let's go back and take a look at what happened with Rye Lewis here. Going into 3, down on the apron. Looks like he's trying to make it to pit road. Hustling it to get around. And missed it. Oh, that was a stage break. I'm sorry. So your stage winners, Tucker, Kinney, Lilly, Roge, Moore, Brown, Hosler, Smith, Becker, and Steyers after pit starting into the top 10. And dare say we are going to see wholesale pit stops here. Let us know who you're pulling for in the live chat. Why are we doing this? Do this again here. Okay. Say hello to the FBI for me, bud. Is Rhett Tucker going to win the battle off pit road? 4 in fuel for him. Evan Kinney able to stay in second. Josh Lilly stays in third. Nathan Roche fourth. Nate Brown, Lane Hosler, Caleb Smith, Kevin Becker, Joey Stiers, Jeremy Moore rounding out your top 10. We're working lap 54 of 120 here at Darlington. Round number 4 of season 11 of the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Tony Trapasso up in the booth with you tonight for this one rockin' solo. As lights should be going out on the pace truck this time. And there they go, and here we go. No idea what the 11 is doing right now. Tucker and Kinney going to lead them back to green here as the field worked its way down the Boeing back straightaway here at Darlington. Tucker has the button. You gotta kind of wonder what.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Not sure what happened there. Not sure why they extended the caution, but then again, I'm the company mushroom. Kept in the dark and fed a bunch. On the road with Dan, I'll tell you what. If you can show me where there's a battle on track, other than the top 5, I'll show it. And I've been showing it. Unless you mean the scroll, in which case I apologize. I have no idea why that ended up on just top 5. Sorry, sir, I do apologize. As lights go out on the pace truck. And thank you for pointing that out to me, by the way, because I never would have looked otherwise. Pace truck peels on off. Rhett Tucker has the button as the field works its way out of turn number 4. Tucker rolls into it. Kinney tries to go with him. Lilly gets a good shot as Kinney throws the block going into 1. Big time wiggle for the 91 of Rose. He had to chase it way down the track. That's going to have him fall back into the clutches of Nate Brown. As here we go. Brown looking to the inside of Rose as they go through 1. Brown had to check up just a little bit. Becker doing everything he can to try to stay off of the 69 of Brown. Brown lights the tires coming off of 2. That's going to let Becker get by. Caleb Smith working the high side as well. Brown going to pinch him up into the wall. And this is your battle for 7th, folks. Still running stem to stern right now. Steven Tuck making some moves coming off of 2. Looked like he may have had a sketchy moment there. That's going to let Chris Henry and Hunter Parsons get to him. Jacob Grant went a lap down, trying to get some repairs done to that truck. We're going to check back up here with the battle between Joey Stiers in the 23 and the double deuce of Austin Carey. Again, one of the most exciting battles on track right now. And just they say that, Nate Brown falling back in the clutches of Caleb Smith. Smith with a good head of steam coming off of 2. Thinks better of it. A little too early to be trying to throw one in there. We're at the halfway mark. 61 of 120 laps in the books right now. Everybody kind of feeling what they've got. Everybody on a very similar tire strategy. Three-car tango right now is 6th, 7th, and 8th. That's the 85 of Becker, the 69 of Brown, and the 5 of Smith. It looks like aero push being a very, very real thing here tonight. As every time somebody gets close to somebody, you try to get the run on the truck in front of you, and unfortunately, the front splitter says, "Yeah, we're not doing any work right now." You really have to send it going into the corner to make a move happen here tonight, as like Stiers all over Moore. The 24, the 23, and the 22 all within striking distance of each other. Stiers with a good head of steam. Moore, though, able to use the track position and the cleaner air to make sure that that doesn't happen. Stiers does get to his door, though, going into 3. Stiers and Moore side by side through 3 and 4. Moore going to have some momentum coming off as Stiers slams the door on him. Slide job coming off of 4. Stiers up into 9th, Moore back to 10th. And right in front of them, Nate Brown and Caleb Smith have just been at it like cats and dogs. Let's go on board with the 5 of Caleb Smith and see what he's seeing. You can hear him having to paddle the throttle there. Coming through 3 and 4. So, aero push, pretty real. From that 70 of 120 here tonight. The only caution flag to speak of is the one that happened back on lap 6. Sorry, lap 13, other than the stage break. Brad Tucker continues to show the way as he has led just about every lap so far tonight, I believe. Evan Kinney trying to do everything he can to keep Tucker in check. Josh Lilly looks like he's just trying to go in survival mode right now. So here we go. It's heating up back here. It's the 69 of Brown, the 5 of Smith, the 23 of Stiers, and the 85 of Becker. Smith and Stiers doing what they can to try to reel in the 69 of Brown. This is one of your closest battles on track right now. If you like the action that you're seeing on track, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps share it with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action here on the Esports Broadcasting Network. As you are currently watching round number 4 of Season 11 for the CleanRacing.net Truck Series. Brad Tucker continues to show the way, but Evan Kinney giving him all the pressure he can handle right now. Stiers applying a lot of pressure to Caleb Smith as well. Stiers did qualify 4th, but elected the pit start and has clawed his way back into the top 10. As he throws it to the inside of Smith through the middle of 3 and 4. Smith going to try to defend Stiers right there. Smith going to hold him off for now. Stiers is going to take another shot at him, mark my words. Sorry about that, folks. My dinner just arrived. Checking in with Jeremy Moore back here in the 24. It's time for good news, bad news. Good news. Everybody should have at least one tire set left. Bad news. We have not seen the money stop yet because you cannot make it from here. And just as I say that, it looks like Hunter Parsons is going to be one of the first ones to peel off and bring it pit side for the money stop. As we are closing in very quickly on 40 to go. Parsons in, Carey in. That's Justin Carey. Caleb Smith has all he can handle with Joey Stiers right now. You got to wonder who's going to be the first one in the top 10 to peel off, because the undercut is so huge right now. And there's our answer. It's going to be Caleb Smith. As you're looking at about 2 seconds worth of tire fall off. Stiers peels off to go pit side as well. Good charge at the line for the 23. There's Rhett Tucker working on the back of the 29. Looks like Carey going to peel off. That's going to hand second place over to Josh Lilly. Kinney's in. Hosler's in. Guys up the front are going to have to cut off this undercut because 2 seconds is huge. You're going to have to leave yourself enough time to try to use the fresh tires to get up there. As Lilly, thinking about going pit side, almost loses it. Tucker comes pit side. That should hand the lead of the race over to this man, the 99 of Nathan Rhodes, as he stays out to get that all-important bonus point for leading a lap. Something happened with Eric McMillan. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened to the 11 here. Looks like he was looking to come pit side. And missed. Luckily, we stay green. Nathan Rose continues to show the way. As looks like Rhett Tucker did win the battle off of pit road. As Austin Carey now comes down to get his money stop out of the way. Roge, Emery, Sykes, and Smith all have yet to come pit side. Evan Kinney showing the way right now. That is your effective race lead as Roge peels off. I dare say Emery's going to follow him. Just as I say that, Emery proves me wrong. Chris Emery stays out to get that, again, that all-important bonus point for leading a lap. As we are getting down into crunch time already. Round 4 of Season 11. Very tight points battle. Check back in with effective race lead. Working lap 88 of 120. Kinney and Tucker just going after each other. I think it's the first time that Rhett Tucker has seen the back of Evan Kinney's truck all night. As we're still waiting on Emery, Sykes, and Smith to come down for their money stops. First time all night Rhett Tucker has been in dirty air. Seems to be hanging on, especially on the newer tires. And as they work their way around the 14. I'm not seeing a 14. Okay. '14 to Chris Smith, I'm sorry. And just like that, Smith's going to peel off to come pit side. That leaves Chris Emery and Dan Sykes as the only two that have yet to have their money stopped. Chris Emery with about a 15-second gap over Dan Sykes. We're watching the effective race lead as Kinney and Tucker stem to stern right now. They have done their money stop. Again, we're just waiting on this man, Chris Emery, and this man in the 66, Dan Sykes. Loving the Western Auto paint scheme on that truck. Here we go, Tucker and Kinney side by side through 3 and 4. Kinney going to be able to use the momentum to carry that speed. Both of them have to check up coming through the middle of 1 and 2. Drag race down the bowling back straightaway. That was second place. Dan Sykes as Tucker wrestles second away from Kinney. I dare say Sykes had a moment because that truck looked heavily damaged. And Sykes continues to backslide. Yeah, you can see the wow on the right front of that truck. Check in with Josh Lilly, your points leader coming into tonight, as he's working on the backside of Lane Hosler, as they both work around the very wounded 94 of Fred Garcia. Let's take a look at what's going on with Hunter Parsons and Jeremy Moore right now. And this person on the high side, Moore on the low side. They were just flat getting it right there. Sykes now fallen into the clutches of Caleb Smith. He's going to have to come pit side soon and get that truck fixed. And just as I say that, he does peel off. A heavy cheese grater on the right side of the 66 of Sykes. If he comes in for his money stop with 25 to go, he might have enough time to make up that ground, being as he's going to have the freshest tires on track for a little while. Let's see what's going to happen here. There's your current race leader, Chris Emery. We're waiting on him to come in for his money stop, as he has an 11-second gap that is dwindling quickly over Rhett Tucker. Evan Kinney is another second back from him. Lane Holzler is another second and a half back from him. And Josh Lilly only about 3 truck lengths back from Holzler. Let's take a look at this one. There's Hosler in the 61. There's Lilly in the 45 as they work their way around the 85. Coming out of pit road. And here we go with Nate Brown and Caleb Smith. These two have just been at it like cats and dogs all night. Something just happened to Fred Garcia. Let's take a look at what happened to the Skull Bandit number 94. Hand grenaded the engine. Missed the pit road entrance and decided to tow. 22 laps to go here at the Lady in Black Darlington International for the CleanRacing.net Season 11, round number 4. Senator Pass up in the booth with you tonight. You're watching the Esports Broadcasting Network, a proud member of the Sim Racing Media family. And if you haven't done so already, head on over to simracingmedia.com and check out the apparel store. I'll tell you right now, I mean, we've got some very comfortable t-shirts, very comfortable hoodies. And if you're so inclined, we have very comfortable golf shirts as well. As well as hats, mugs, throws, you name it. We could probably get it if we don't already have it. 20 to go here from Darlington. Chris Emery continues to show the way as Jeremy Moore unlaps himself. You got to wonder, how much longer is Emery going to stay out? Because that's a long way to go. He was last on pit road on lap 51. That's... you can't make it from here. There we go. Now he comes down pit road. That's exactly what we wanted to see. So he's going to have... he should have enough time to gain at least a couple of spots back, claw his way back forward. There's Rhett Tucker now a second and a half to the good over Evan Kinney. Josh Lilly holding down a very strong third position as he's got over a second to the good over Lane Hosler. Right now, the battle is between Caleb Brown in the 5 and Caleb Smith in the 5, Nate Brown in the 69. So they say that Stephen Tuck trying to make something happen now in the 10. As there goes the 6 of Kinney to flash by. Austin Carey gives some room, but that has let Josh Lilly close up on Evan Kinney. And as Carey finally gets out of the way and lets that battle resume. We are going to check back here with the 69 of Brown as Brown and Smith are still just getting it. Toyota on Toyota crime is here comes the Brown to the inside. Going to send it going into 3. Smith going to let him go and then try to recruit. Cross him over coming off of turn number 4. Does not get the job done there as Nate Brown now, or sorry, Nate Brown into 6th. Caleb Smith back to 5th. Check back a little ways with Justin Carey and Kevin Becker going at it like two kids in the back seat of a station wagon. For those of you who know what a station wagon is, welcome to the Old Timers Club. Chris Emery coming up with the fresh tires right there. About 30 lap difference between those three trucks. Emery trying to make some headway and try to get his lap back the hard way as he flashes by the 61 of Hosler to unlap himself from that Ford. Good head of steam for Emery right now. As we're 12 to go. 22 of Austin Carey looking around Josh Lilly right now. As unfortunately Lilly now has 2 seconds to try to make up to reel in Evan Kinney. And Rhett Tucker's another 3.5 seconds up the road from them. Austin Carey better be careful because that is Chris Emery behind him, and that is a battle for position. Really, that was an almost sketchy moment there. As you saw Lilly wanted to go down to take his normal line. The only problem is Emery was there. Lilly realized it in time, luckily. So this is your closest battle on track. Chris Emery in the 50 and the 12 of Austin Carey. This is going to put one of them into the top 10 as we've got 10 to go here at Darlington. Boy, Carey eats the wall and Emery sends it. As we are in the closing laps here at the Lady in Black. Rhett Tucker continues to show the way, but we are going to keep up with the progress of Chris Emery, as that is another truck for position in front of him. That is the 9 of Hunter Parsons. Now Parsons was one of the first trucks to come down to get the money stop out of the way. So if we go into overtime, Parsons might be in trouble. He's in trouble already though. As Emery sends it to the inside, going through 3 and 4. Looks like Parsons may have caught the wall just a little bit on corner entry. And just like that, Chris Emery climbs up into 9th. This is an amazing drive we're seeing out of Emery. As that is second place that he's getting ready to unlap himself from. Emery currently sitting in 9th. Please tell me the mic is on. Okay. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat. If you haven't done so already, let us know who you're pulling for. Like Nathan Roge and Lane Hosler going after it right now. That's your battle for 4th. Roge has it. Hosler wants it. As we are 6 laps to go. 5 seconds to the good for the 99 of Rhett Tucker. As he's almost the entirety of the front and back straightaway. Pick a straightaway. That's the gap back to Evan Kinney. It would be this man in the 6. And then you've got another similar gap back to 3rd place, Josh Lilly. There he is. As he's coming into 1 and 2, as Kinney was coming out of it. And then he's about 3 seconds to the good over Nathan Roge. in fourth. Then you got Lane Hosler about a second and a half back in fifth. And then you got a pretty decent gap back to Nate Brown in sixth. Caleb Smith is another 3 1/4 seconds back off of Brown. Jeremy Moore in eighth. He's 9 seconds to the arrears. And then you're 3 more seconds back to this man with the freshest tires on track, Chris Emery, as that gap to Moore is starting to dwindle quickly. And then we've got the 9 of Hunter Parsons, currently holding the last spot in the top 10 right now. But Rhett Tucker continues to show the way as the 50 of Emery about to unlap himself. Two to go. Popsicle sticks in the air. Rhett Tucker has been in command of this piece for most of it. Led the most laps tonight. Took pole position. And just a dominating performance out of the 99 as he's going to let the 50 get to him as white flag comes out. One more lap to go. Only 3 drivers have led here tonight. Rhett Tucker, Evan Kinney, and Chris Emery. And Emery just ran out of time after getting those after getting the money stop out of the way. But coming off of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air. Rhett Tucker coming home with the victory here tonight. And Evan Kinney crosses for second. Josh Lilly coming out of 4 now. There is third place. But this man, holy Christmas, what a dominating performance we saw here tonight. As we are going to try to reach out and see if we can't find our race winner. Bear with me here, folks. Why can I not find him? Huh. Okay. So that was a thing. We were just waiting for we are going to start with our man that finished in third place tonight. And of course, we are talking about the points leader coming into tonight, Josh Lilly. All things considered, you survived Darlington on the podium.
Yes, barely. Nate Rogue was catching me there at the end. Hey, who's that? Interrupting my interview. But it was a difficult race. I never really felt like I had race-winning speed, so I feel like overall P3 is a W for me. Well,
you know, it is what it is, and the fact that you could say that you survived Darlington with the points lead, I might mind you, that's impressive. But moving into next week, we go to Kansas. Your thoughts going into the D-shaped demon of the Midwest?
I feel like it's going to be a similar result for me today. I've never been great at Kansas, but I've never been poor at it, so I feel like I could get a top 5.
Fair enough. Josh Lilly, again, congratulations on the podium here at Darlington. Who do you need to thank before we turn you loose?
I want to thank my Browning Racing teammates, Kevin, Jeremy, Nate and Evan. And I want to thank you guys for broadcasting this league and Fred for putting this league on.
All right, Josh Lilly, best of luck to you next week at Kansas. Congratulations on surviving the Lady in Black.
See ya.
And joining us now is going to be the man that finished runner-up, but had a good charge going there right after the money stop. Evan Kinney, all things considered, not a bad race.
Yeah, not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with it. I didn't navigate lap traffic very well, and then I hit the wall trying to push to catch back up to Rhett. And once you hit that wall, the front end just pushes like crazy, and I couldn't get it to turn. So that was the end of my night. But yeah, I'm happy with P2.
Yeah, absolutely. You had a really good run going there right after the money stop. As a matter of fact, you were able to have the effective race lead for a couple of laps. But, again, how bad was the aero push here tonight?
I'm assuming it was pretty bad because I felt like I was faster than Red at times, but you get in within a few tenths of a second and you just can't make up any ground. So I felt like it was bad, but I think Red was just faster than I was.
Absolutely. But we go to Kansas next week. Your thoughts going into that track?
Yeah, we'll see if I'll be there. Hopefully I will. Shout out to my wife for letting me do this with a 2-week-old baby, but happy to be back. And it's been a decent track for me in the past, and I hope that it will be next week if I make it.
All right, Evan Kinney, congratulations on coming home in second place. We'll see you next week in Kansas.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And joining us now, the man of the hour, the man who led the most laps, started on pole, and came home with the W here at the Lady in Black. Rhett Tucker, I'm not sure if you would agree that they call this track the track too tough to tame, because you had a pretty good handle on it most of the night.
What's up? You got her done. That was a miracle right there, bro. I didn't have a scratch on that truck till the celebration, and Joey Stiers destroyed it.
Yeah, I was going to say a little love tap from Stiers there as you were doing your donuts. We were able to see that on the stream, but good grief. Rhett, you timed the money stop almost to perfection. And when it came down to crunch time, you and Evan Kinney put on one hellacious show for us in the closing laps here. Thank you for doing so.
Man, that was killer. Great. Hats off to Evan. This is Darlington. You're not really supposed to be doing laps around here side by side, and we did it without touching each other, without touching the wall. And,
yeah, absolutely. That was very impressive from up here in the booth. The fact that they're side by side and they've been so for about 3 laps. Something's got to give, and it looks like the lap cars are what helped you wrestle the win away.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that was aware of the leaders for the most part, because I know it's tough here, but lap traffic kind of, he went under a truck and I was trying to go over, and I think we were going around 2 lap trucks, and one hit the brakes, so I lost a bunch of time. But like a couple laps later, I think lap traffic also helped me get around him. So love-hate relationship there.
Absolutely. But Rhett, next week we go into Kansas, and high winds coming off the corners there can wreak hell with you if you're not careful.
Man, I love Kansas. I'm a lot more comfortable at Kansas than I am at Darlington, but it's kind of similar because you get to run the fence, and that's what I like to do, is run the top.
Fair enough. So, Rhett, before we let you go celebrate with your team, who do you need to thank for tonight?
First of all, I dedicate this win to Greg Barnett. That win's for you, buddy. And thank you to everybody at RTR that comes out and runs with me every week. Good run for Nathan Rogie. I gotta thank you guys for doing a killer broadcast every week. Fred, everybody that helps, moderate or run the league. And everybody watching. It's been been killer. It's been a really good day. Everything was in line today. I had a feeling it was going to go good for us.
Well, Red Tucker, thank you for joining us. And again, thoughts and prayers going out to Greg Barnett. But congratulations on the victory here tonight. We'll see you next week at Kansas, sir.
Thank you, brother.
So that is going to do it for tonight. Finishing order: Rhett Tucker, Evan Kinney, Josh Lilly, your top three. Rogie coming home in fourth. Hosler hanging on for fifth. Nate Brown, Caleb Smith, Jeremy Moore, Chris Emery, and Austin Carey rounding out your top 10. Hunter Parsons, Stephen Tuck, Kevin Becker, Justin Carey, Dan Sykes, Joey Stiers, Chris Smith, and Rye Lewis in your top 18. And then rounding out our field tonight, we had Jay Lance Taylor in 19th, Fred Garcia in 20th, Eric McMillan, Jacob Grant, Emily Urias, and Greg Barnett did not start. So that is going to do it for us tonight from Darlington. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, as we will see you next week from Kansas. I need a nap real bad. This is Tony Spassel for the Esports Broadcast Network, reminding ladies and gentlemen that as you walk down the road of life this week, please don't play in traffic. Good night, everybody.